And I also want to talk about the fact that I've always been a very powerful manifester. BPD gives very intense emotions. I feel everything so intensely every single fucking day of my life. But I've always, my entire life, bro, before I even had a fucking diagnosis, I've always been able to transmute those intense emotions into something greater. I was looking on my Tumblr yesterday, and I was like looking at one of these rants that I went on about like when I was in the army and like just feeling really like low and just sad. But I was able to, and it's so crazy because I remember like in that rant I said something about like something that I really wanted, and like I ended up manifesting that shit. It's so crazy. Like and like I want to just talk about the fact that even like my negative emotions, like those are extremely powerful. And I didn't even realize like how powerful I was until I was like, uh, I didn't realize how powerful negative emotions are probably till 2021. But even more now, like just understanding like having negative emotions, I can write them shit on a piece of paper and be like, you know what, I'm gonna turn this into blah 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 blah. And I do that shit every single fucking time. Every single time. And I don't know. I'm just grateful. And I feel like I've been through so much like spiritually and like religiously. And like I'm finally in a space in my life where I realized like I never needed any type of fucking tools, bitch. All I ever needed was God, myself, and my intense emotions, and these emotions that really he has blessed me with, because without them I would not be where I'm at, to be honest. I feel like just the fact that like I feel things so intensely, I have to release them in some type of way. um just like in a way, like when I talked about like jealousy, I've always been able to transmute that energy. It's like, oh, like I feel this, I feel that. It's like now I'm in a space where like if that shit come up for me, I can just be like, you know what, just allow that shit to exist. Understand that like this is their moment. You gotta clap for other people, and because when your motherfucking moment comes, bitch, you gonna want other people to clap for you. Okay, so get into it and understand that like this, that's a gift that God gave them. That's a talent that God gave them. Open up and appreciate it and support them. um because it's the same thing, as it's going to be returned to you tenfold. So understand that, you know, just even like negative emotions can be flipped and turned into something different. And what else is another negative emotion that I feel sometimes? Anger, bitch. When I be angry, it's crazy because when I was looking at that rant, it was like I was so fucking mad, but it was like I said something in there that was just like, oh wow, like I'm actually living in that right now. And now I can just be more cognizant of that and just think about like all of the shit that's making me mad and like put it on a piece of paper, bitch. Draw it out, write it out. And that's another thing I've been doing too, like with my paintings. I recently like painted like how like a vision of my podcast, and I'm just like I'm seeing it come together, you know. And I'm just really excited about that. But that's one thing I wanted to share. Like I've always been a very super duper powerful manifester, and I don't even think it has anything to do with like being woo woo or any of that type of shit. It's just more so like I have intense emotions, I'm able to transmute them into something greater. And now that I'm like more cognizant and I've seen what God has done for me through those emotions, I'm able to actually like channel it a lot more and be more aware of it and understand that like when I'm having these intense emotions, what I do with them fucking matters. And it's not to be wasted like at all. Like all emotions are here for something, and they're able to create something even greater. And I just love being a creative. Like how amazing is that? How amazing is it to just move through life creatively, unconventionally? And you know, I think that having a diagnosis is very important. I don't, you know, people say I don't accept labels. I don't accept labels. I do, because at the end of the day, we live in a society where you have to be a functioning member of society. You can't just be walking around doing shit all willy-nilly. So I think that a diagnosis is extremely fucking important, so that you can be aware and you can choose to, you know, put your coping mechanisms and coping skills to the test and hit the pedal to the motherfucking metal, bitch, okay? And be a functioning member of society, because without being a functioning member of society, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck to say about that. Because there's been a lot of things in my life that I have ruined because I didn't understand what was going on with me. So now that I do understand, I can choose differently.